Hello, and welcome to another edition of Between Two Owls. I'm your host, Tom Price, and with us today we have Lawrence Mahoney-Jones. He is an academic advisor with our Computer and Information Sciences, Mathematics, and Physics discipline team. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Of course, it's my pleasure, and I'm super excited.
So, where'd you grow up, Lawrence?
Good old Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, specifically Southwest Philadelphia.
And what kind of stuff did you like to do as a kid?
Ooh, I played a lot of Pokemon, or a lot of Pokemon, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like to watch cartoons. I'm a big boy at heart, and also in general. So I didn't really I wasn't very active or anything, but I mean, playing with friends and stuff like that. All I like the kids stuff.
Do you have any nicknames growing up?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so
Any that you would like to share with us?
This is a good story. So, and it's embarrassing, but shout out to the Philly Student Union. That was an organization I was a part of when I was in high school. A group of high school students working as a youth-led organization, working to better education in the city of Philadelphia. So the first thing I ever did with the organization was it was called BAM, and it was like a summer youth camp of sorts, where we would do workshops and team building and a bunch of other stuff. So we actually did a little like mini walk around University City near like Penn's campus, and we were having a discussion about I actually don't remember the discussion was about, maybe gentrification. I'm not entirely sure, but we stopped to it was a hot day. It's the summer in Philadelphia, so we stopped to get like for a break. Everyone got like some water, and I was the only one that got. I was hungry, so I was like, I'll get a couple donuts because we stopped at this coffee shop. And for the rest of the summer, other organizers kept calling me 2 donuts and a water, and I was just like, look, you can't blame me. The donuts was right there, and again, we walking in the heat. I was like, got my appetite up. So that was a funny nickname from high school days. That anytime I see any of the old people, they're like, "Hey, what's up, dude? What's in the water?" And I'm like, "Oh."
That's awesome. So where did you go for your undergraduate degree?
I went to Drexel University.
And why'd you pick Drexel?
I picked Drexel because I actually had experience there as a high school student. I did a dual enrollment program. My high school was maybe a mile and a half away from Drexel, West Philadelphia High School. Shout out to the Auto Academy. And so they organized this program where I could take college classes while still in school. So I would leave from West in the afternoon and go to a class. So I took like a math class, I took a psych course, and just being on Drexel's campus, I made a really strong bond. It was through the honors college, so I made a really strong bond with them. And between that and it being close to home, and me being able to commute, it just seemed really like an easy decision. I didn't really apply to many other schools. I just wanted to go to Drexel, and ended up going, and I had spent 5 years there, and it was a really, really good time.
Did you have any memorable experiences or mentors as an undergrad?
Oh, absolutely. Mentors, so many, really. My honors advisors, who I met through my dual enrollment program, who helped me out a lot in that first year. Coming from a public high school in Philadelphia, where the education can be lacking a little bit, and I mean, I didn't learn as much as I could have, but I did well in my circumstances. I was salutatorian in high school, but I was
Awesome. I
not
didn't know that.
properly. Yeah, thanks. But I wasn't properly prepared for what college had for me. In terms of study skills and in terms of all that stuff. So my advisors were a really big part of really helping me adjust. I was actually a computer science major when I started, because my mentor from high school did that at Drexel. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that too. But I've realized that I'm much better with people and not with technology. And so I decided to switch to marketing. And that's what my bachelor's degree is in. So my advisors who helped me with that change, and I was in the AMP program that they have at Drexel, and my AMP advisor was amazing. Um, and then fast forward into just like my experiences, it's actually why I'm actually in this current position now. From my experiences in Greek life, I'm a part of the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity, and I joined as a third year. We call them pre-juniors over at Drexel. I joined as a pre-junior, and before that, I became an RA, and I was an RA for 3 years for the Honors College. Um, and so those two experiences really showed me that I have a place in higher education, and I want to do work in student affairs, academic affairs. I want to work with college students. So while I didn't do anything with my degree directly afterwards, I found Drexel was a really big part of me understanding what I would want to do moving forward.
Cool. And so where did you go for your graduate work?
For graduate school, I went to Bloomsburg University of Pennsylvania. So that was
A
quite.
shift in this in the
Oh
scenery for sure.
yeah, because I'm a city boy at heart through and through. So this would be the first time I've ever, other than studying abroad, which I only did for 3 months. This is like the longest I had been away from home, and it's Bloomsburg University is only about 2.5 hours away from Philadelphia, but it was still really far and a very big cultural
Very different.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 14,000 people in the town, and 10,000 of them are from the university. So very, very big difference. But it was time. I had spent the past 2 years prior trying to find a job in higher education. And I knew, even from when I decided to switch to start pursuing higher education jobs, that what I did in graduate at Drexel wasn't enough. I needed professional experience. I needed a master's degree, but I put it off, and I really didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go back to school. So it took me 2 years, and I finally got the courage to apply, and I got in, and Bloomsburg, that program was absolutely fantastic. My official degree is higher education or educational leadership in college student affairs, and
Cool.
I really, really enjoyed. I had assistantships in advising and in admissions, and those really showed me more aspects of academic affairs and student affairs, and I really, really enjoyed my time in graduate school.
Cool. So what do you like about working with Temple students?
Oh man, I just Temple students, I love and I feel like this is always like a default answer people say, but for me, it really holds true in terms of the diversity of all the students. There's so many types of students at the school, from where people are from. I love, and I will always rep for my Philly people who come through my office. And it's like, hey, I'm from here. I'm like, oh, where are you from? And we always make that connection. But to see people from all over the place, all over the country, all over the world at Temple, it's really, really cool to see. And specifically, I've absolutely loved working with the CIS department. I was a computer science student at once, but I withdrew from both my computer science courses. Like I did not last long. But their technology is really, really fascinating to me. And I think that seeing the work that the CIS students do, they are so impressive. And to see what they do day in and day out is really, really cool. To see what all our students do is mind-boggling to me sometimes. I see what our physics students, our math students, bio and chem, earth and environmental science, all the majors. They're doing some really, 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 really cool work. And I love to see that and learn more about it, and praise them, and show them that you are doing awesome, or maybe you're not doing awesome and you're not sure what you want to do, and this is what you can do to figure that out. that is
Cool.
all. That's just something I really value about my job.
Great. I'm gonna shift gears a little bit. So what do you like to do for fun?
What I like to do for fun, I watch a lot of Philly sports. So love watching sports. Go Birds. um, so watching sports. I'm a avid billiards player. I love to play pool. Um, Before the pandemic started, I was on 2 billiard teams. Um, but that is it took a break
Okay.
because of the pandemic, so that was a little bit of a bummer. But playing pool is one of my favorite things to do. I remember when I come in the office and there'll be like a day I have to play right after work, and I'll bring my stick with me, and they're like, "What is that? Is that a sword? What is that?" And then I'm like, "Oh no, it's just a pool stick. I play, and it is cool. I like to talk about it." But yeah, playing pool. I love music and talking music and trying new things, new foods. Philly is such a big place, but a small place because I'm always discovering something new and something cool and something
Mhm.
interesting here in Philadelphia. So exploring the city is also something I love to do, just to walk around and see, especially now that the weather is getting nicer and all that.
Yeah.
It's just a ton of fun.
Cool. Awesome. I'm gonna shift gears a little bit, do something called a rapid fire response. I'll give you 2 words. You just state your preference or
Okay.
pass. Tea or coffee?
Tea,
Morning or night?
night,
Dark or milk chocolate?
milk,
Offense or defense?
offense,
Dogs or cats?
cats,
Bert or Ernie?
Ernie,
Half full or half empty?
half full.
Eagles or Sixers?
You're mean.
That's all right, man.
Sixers.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being on the show today, Lawrence. It's been a great chat with you.
Great chatting with you too, Tom.
Give me 1 second.